Ceci n'est pas une pipe is a French sentence that René Magritte has used in his painting called The Treachery of Images as a kind of joke, right? Because the painting is of a pipe. And so he's got this image of a pipe on top and then the statement below, this is not a pipe. And in a way it makes sense and in a way it does not. On the one hand, if I show you this picture of a pipe and I ask you, what is it? You're going to say it's a pipe. On the other hand, when you want something to smoke your tobacco out of, you're not going to use this picture because it's not in fact a pipe. It's a picture of a pipe. So the paradox has to do with the relation between images and reality. On the one hand, we say that a pipe and this picture of a pipe are both, in a sense, pipes. On the other hand, they are very different things. And when he calls this painting The Treachery of Images, we are meant to interpret that as saying that it's tricking us, it's deceiving us into thinking that this is a pipe when there is in fact no pipe, just a picture. We can explain this using Plato's theory of art, which necessitates that we go again into his theory of the relation between images and reality and real reality, which is the realm of the forms. So let's start with the relation between the realm of the forms and our reality first, which Plato claims is like a kind of image of the forms. And to explain this, he uses the very famous allegory of the cave. So he tells a story wherein there are some men in a cave down here, and they are watching images on a wall. Right, so they're watching an image of a rhinoceros. And what these men don't realize is that they are in fact in the bottom of a cave where up here are some other men who are using a fire to project these images onto the wall in front of these men. So they are in fact staring at images, but they have no idea. They think these are real things, they come up with theories about these so-called things, and they laud each other based on how much they know about these shadows on the wall. And they're chained there. They can't turn around and see this man behind them making the images. Outside of the cave, we have real objects, real trees, the real sun, the things of which these men are used to just staring at images of, such that if they even saw this stuff, they wouldn't recognize what it is. Plato thinks that they would be so blinded that they just wouldn't be able to see these things. Never mind the fact that if someone actually got out of the cave and looked at them and came back and tried to tell the other guys about it, they would be laughed at because these people are used to staring at the images. Now, the allegory is that these people are supposed to be the ones like us. We, in our universe, which includes all of the things about which our knowledge is based, about which our science is based on, everything, is just an image of the intelligible realm which contains everything real. Now, what does this have to do with art? Let's illustrate using the Van Gogh painting. This is often used as an example for how it is that perspective factors into how we perceive what is going on in a two-dimensional object, specifically a two-dimensional object that represents 3 dimensions. We can kind of vary the angles so that these two-dimensional things appear to us as 3-dimensional. On Plato's idea, on the other hand, what it's doing is giving us an image of something real. That is, by representing something in a painting, what we're doing is just making another copy of something that itself is a copy of an ideal form. So on Plato's system, the ideal form of bed, is an ideal, intelligible entity, and it is the most real thing. Our universe, which includes beds, is just an image of that. So when you look at a bed in the universe, as in your bed, what it really is already an image of an intelligible entity. So why would you go and make a painting of that knowing that your painting is an image of an image And by doing so, you're just getting farther and farther away from actual reality, which is over there. So the artist, in representing this object, is tricking us. They are tricking us into recognizing a bed that is not a bed. It's just an image of a bed, and that's not cool. So one of the purposes of art, according to Plato, is to trick people. Like he says in the final quote I give you, if a good painter displays his painting of a carpenter at a distance, he can deceive children and foolish people into thinking that it is a carpenter. Right? So the purpose of art is to trick people into seeing something that's not actually there. And in fact, this thing isn't actually there either. It's just a shoddy image of something in the realm of forms, such that art is in fact twice removed from reality, and therefore pointless. It's not going to teach us anything. Now, we might question what the purpose of art is. Is it to trick people into recognizing objects that in fact aren't there, like the pipe in Magritte's painting? Was his purpose to fool you into thinking that it was a pipe when it was not? What is the relation between images and reality, and what is the point of representing objects in paintings? Is it in fact to trick you into thinking that these globs of paint are actually an object or not?